The Knights Roundtable is presented by Orlando Health, the official medical team of the UCF Knights. Choose Orlando Health for excellence in healthcare with award-winning hospitals, clinics, and nearly 3,000 community physicians throughout Central Florida.
Well, Coach, your team comes back home to the bounce house and gets back on the win side. I'm sure a lot of things you look back that you felt really good about after the trip to Memphis to come back home and execute some things.
Yeah, there's things you got to correct after every ball game. I thought as much as anything, we talked a lot about winning the preparation battle, controlling what we can control every day. I thought our kids invested extremely hard during the course of the week. We talked about playing harder than our opponent and then playing as a complete team. And I thought as a football team, it was our best performance, collectively playing together, feeding off of one another. Still ups and downs during the course of the game, but calm competitiveness on the sideline that helped fuel the way we played.
Tulane had not thrown the ball with much success the first 5 games, but came out had success the first 2 drives. In-game adjustments happen all the time. What did your defense then do that forced 4 straight punts?
We got them into some 3rd and long situations to begin with. I thought we tightened up our coverage a little bit, played the ball better when it was in the air. I think all those things play off of one another. As a football team, I thought we played 4 penalties for 20 yards. I think that was a big part of the game as well, us not having any self-inflicted wounds.
That pressure up front, though, is going to help us secondary. You're playing a couple of freshmen out there, but as we talked about that, all of a sudden when Kenny Tunier, Randy Charlton, they start getting pressure, it helps secondary a lot, doesn't it?
It does, right? It shortens the clock. All of a sudden, wide receiver doesn't have time to make a double move or doesn't have time to create that separation on a player in our secondary. It speeds up the quarterback, and all of a sudden he's not getting through his progression. It makes him uncomfortable, and all of a sudden his body's out of position, and he's not able to deliver an accurate ball. All those things play off of one another. Tight coverage buys time for the D-line to get the quarterback. Great pressure from the D-line helps the secondary out. We feed off one another.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Your offense, after getting touchdown, field goal, then stopped on their side of the ball, had 6 straight possessions where you got touchdowns. There's a lot to like offensively, but what did you really feel like you did well during that run there?
Our players and our staff adjusted during the course of the football game extremely well. Different as far as their front and coverage, as far as how we thought it was going to be paired up in our preparation during the week. Players adjusted really pretty seamlessly. The communication and adjustments on the sidelines were flawless. Our kids competed really hard, and we took care of the football, and proud of the way we played offensively.
There's a few plays where Dylan scrambles to keep a play alive, but it also still shows your linemen don't give up blocking. And as you take a look at the last 2 weeks, you cleaned up in penalties, protection. Just assess how the offensive line has performed, particularly the last couple of weeks where, again, you got rid of the penalties and then still provide time to make those passes happen.
Yeah, the penalties are something that we could control. We have here the last couple of weeks. It was really a unique year just during the course of training camp. The 5 guys or 6, 7 guys that really have been playing the bulk of the snaps really didn't get an opportunity to play cohesively as a group just because of COVID, how we had separated our team to kind of protect them from COVID. We maybe lacked a little bit of the fluidity, the cohesiveness in that group. I thought they've played extremely hard here the last couple of weeks. They've been really good in protection. I thought we did a really good job in the run game on Saturday too. Drop 8 coverage. Dylan had plenty of time. You saw him escape and extend some plays. Our wide receivers worked the scramble rules and created some huge plays in the pass game too. Proud of that effort.
You talk about Dylan again, the last 2 games, 1,123 yards and 10 touchdowns. It takes an offense to do it, but what is he continuing to get better at as each game goes? Decision
making, being able to adjust to in-game adjustments, understanding alignments and what's going to happen, anticipating things. That's a huge growth for him and his comfort in just controlling the game from inside. Has used his feet at times when it's been the right time, whether it's scrambles or run reads that are where he's pulling the ball, has allowed us to play ahead of the chains. A big credit, though, goes to the 10 other guys that don't have the ball in their hands once the ball is snapped. They're playing at a really high level. That's the only way a quarterback has a chance to play at the level that Dylan is right now.
Marlon's playing at a great level right now. Your young receiver is also a part of this. We've seen Ryan O'Keefe, you had Amari Johnson get in there, stretch we know. What do you want that young group to take? Because they are getting some time, but as they watch what Marlon goes about his business and with Jalen now settling in, what do you want that group to learn?
I think the competitiveness that they play with every single snap. Whether it's the way we block on the perimeter, the way we run the routes when we're a primary target or when we're a secondary target. And, those guys have done a great job of taking care of the ball once they've had the ball in their hands. They've tried to finish and compete every single play and trying to turn wherever the ball is caught into a touchdown. And to me, that is what they need to take from our veteran wide receivers.
All right, back on the road, our 4th road game in 6 games this year. We got to take on a Houston team. Brings back a lot of players from last year, some guys that sat out. We saw Clayton Tune, their quarterback, play last year. They can put some points up. What's the challenge this week?
Yeah, a really good football team. On the offensive side of the ball, quarterbacks playing at a really high level, dynamic playmakers out at the skill positions. They're pitching it all over the yard. We have to do a great job of stopping the run. I think that is where it starts for us, and then being able to get pressure on the quarterback. Going to have to win the one-on-one battles out on the perimeter too as they're throwing the football around. Offensively, what we're seeing from them, I think they lead the league in least amount of yards per an attempt in the run game. They're big, long, and physical up front, the front 4. Backers are downhill players. And we got to maintain some balance. We got to be able to play ahead of the chains. We got to play penalty-free, and then we're going to have to win some one-on-ones on the outside too.
This last point, the American again. You've been in this league now for a few years. There are no easy games. I mean, everyone can throw the football around, play tough defense, become a physical league. Also, I mean, the depth in our league really continues to show.
Continues to get better and better. I think there's great coaching. There's dynamic playmakers in this league. Every single week, you got to bring your absolute best. It's a really competitive league. Really good football. Go anywhere and play anyone, anytime.
All right, Coach, thanks.
Thank you.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
The Knights Roundtable is presented by Orlando Health, the official medical team of the UCF Knights. Choose Orlando Health for excellence in healthcare with award-winning hospitals, clinics, and nearly 3,000 community physicians throughout Central Florida.
So the Knights hit the road for the 4th road game in 6 games this year. They'll take on Houston, 2 o'clock Eastern kick. Reminder for Knight fans, the video broadcast is available on ESPN+. Radio broadcasts, of course, find us on our local stations and using the iHeart app. For the latest on all UCF news, be sure to log on to UCFKnights.com. Thanks for head coach Josh Heupel for joining us. I'm Marc Daniels saying, go Knights, charge on.